Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I just thought I'd do a quick review on Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Now, sorry if my mic will sound a bit weird, a bit loud, a bit quiet. It is what it is, there's not much I can do to that. I'm just going to make do with what we've got, and we'll go from there. But anyway, yeah, today's video is going to be on Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I thought I'd just do a quick review because the show just came out, and I've just finished watching it. And we'll go over a few things I liked, a few things I didn't like, and an overall review score. So starting off, we'll go over the things I liked. Now, this show was absolutely beautiful. I will not hold it down at all when it comes to visuals. The visuals were absolutely phenomenal. There wasn't anything I would say could be done better, and there wouldn't at all be anything I want to be changed as well for the visuals. They were really colourful, they had a lot of character, it was just a really, really good thing to watch. And in terms of other series that have been made, I think giving Studio Trigger the goal to make this was absolutely spot on. Studio Trigger has made another series that I really liked called Kill the Kill, and you can really see the resemblance with these two shows. It's got more of a colourful and character sort of feel to it, other than a more serious and higher resolution anime that we see in things like, I don't know, Attack on Titan, for example. And it just works better for this kind of story. Now, my favourite character in the story, I'll be completely honest, was in fact David Martinez, the main character. However, I did also really like Lucy as well. These were basically the main characters of the show, and although we'll get into now one of the things I didn't like, although some of the characters didn't get a lot of screen time, that was my first issue with the show, is that characters didn't get a lot of screen time. It was mainly just David and Lucy. But on the other hand, these two characters were fantastic. They managed to get their entire story told, and everything worked out great in the end. One other issue I had was the fact that the dialogue at times was a little bit weird. Now, characters throughout the show would sort of call each other, and you'd get almost like you would in the game, sort of like a call sequence. Excuse me. And essentially these characters would sort of repeat words and letters even. You know, they'd say like I and things like and a few times, and it's just a little bit odd. You know, I know it's to keep with the whole aesthetic. I totally get that, and I understand why they did it. However, from a viewing angle, it was difficult to follow at times, and you sort of had to go back and rewatch it and really focus on what they were saying to actually understand what they were saying. It was almost like they were speaking a different language. Other than that, it was brilliant. There's literally nothing else I can say bad about it. As I said, the art was fantastic. The story was phenomenal. The ending, oh my goodness, the ending was brilliant. Um, it was just really, really well done. Now, I'm not going to get into much of the plot because I'm going to try and keep this as spoiler-free as possible. The best way I could enjoy this show was by watching it without any spoilers. I watched one trailer, no spoilers, didn't read up on anything, didn't watch any videos, any reviews, I just watched it. And I urge every one of you to do that as well. Try and watch this without watching many reviews, and so you can come to your own decision. Now, one thing that I must say that, sorry, pardon me, can't get my words out. One thing that I'll say that I think will take this show to new heights is the watchability of it. So loads of anime fans are going to like this. But what I also think is non-anime fans are going to like this as well. This is the kind of show that's for everyone. A bit like the Death Note film, although, and I know I might get a bit of slander for that in the comments. I know for me and for a lot of us that read and watched Death Note, the film was shambolic. But I do have to admit, for people that haven't seen the show or read the manga, it still did what Death Note did. It still showed people what Death Note was, and people managed to get a sort of live action kind of view to it. I mean, for instance, my mum watched the Death Note film, but in no way would she ever watch the anime. And that's the kind of thing I can expect happening with this series as well. Both anime fans, unlike Death Note, anime fans are going to love it, and non-anime fans are going to love it. I can see, for instance, my dad quite liked the film Akira. Now, Akira is an absolute masterpiece, and there's clearly a lot in this show that's taken inspiration from Akira, and rightfully so. It's the same genre, and it has very strong similarities. Now, my dad loved Akira, and I can tell if I show him this, he's going to absolutely love it. And my dad, he isn't one for anime at all. And that's just an example for you. Anyone, I think, personally, who's into gaming, who's into sort of a bit this kind of stuff, can watch it without question whether you watch anime or not. And for that very important reason, amongst other things of it being, in my opinion, having one of the best first episodes I've ever seen in an anime and one of the best endings I've ever seen in an anime, I am going to give this show a 10 out of 10. I know that's going to sound a bit crazy considering it's only 10 episodes long and it's a Netflix show, but it is phenomenal. It is really, really good, and I can see this being extremely successful. Even so, I mean, this is how much this show affected me. I reinstalled Cyberpunk after watching this show. This is a game I boycotted, and it has re-sparked my love for this game and this series. And it gives me hope that Cyberpunk can be a fantastic game in the future. And and it's all from this show, and for that I think this is a masterpiece. But anyway, yeah, why don't you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. I tried keeping this video as short and sweet as possible, and why don't you leave, as I said, why don't you leave your opinions in the section below. Maybe give your scores out of 10 as well, and maybe I might reply to some of them and we'll go over, positives and negatives in the comments as well. But anyway, I know I haven't uploaded in a while. I just felt like I really needed to do this a little bit of justice, even if it only gets a couple of views. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I've been Z. Stay frosty.